Well, it's Get Hired. And, I was reminded that Get Hired through Facebook was our last one was just 364 days ago. So now we're at the 5th annual one. And this is definitely one of our biggest events of the year. So definitely looking forward to tonight's presentations. But I must admit, I'm a little nervous, Amanda.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. There's so many good companies, and I already have like 3 jobs. I think by the end of this night, I might even have 4 jobs when it comes out of it. So,
all right. Well, I'll be your job accountability buddy, and
okay.
make sure we'll stick you to 5 max.
Thank you very much.
So look at our team here. We've got a great group of people that are supporting us from home, from behind the scenes. We've got Doug working the behind the curtain and making everything happen. Matthew and I, Adrian LeBaron, Emma, Margie, Tom, Sunpreet, Autumn, and I think we have another new team member, don't we?
Yeah, I also wanted to thank Melina. Melina is actually helping out a tremendous amount and figuring out all these little Zoom details. So she's in the back helping out. Thank you so much, Melina, for joining the team.
Yeah, thanks for being here. All right, let's see what's next. I think it's our sponsors, who we honestly could not do without. Thank you so much, sponsors. You really bring the support and the community to these events. We won't list them all, but you can see those highlights there of the organizations helping to make this event happen.
Yes, and I always love the next slide. We need each other. We know that as a community, Santa Cruz is amazingly cohesive, and we really come together, and especially during this year. So we want to ask that if you want to learn more about Santa Cruz Works and all the benefits, please go to santacruzworks.org. There's many things that you can get a part of, and you can be a part of our events, and just, again, be a part of the community. So go to santacruzworks.org.
Mm-hmm. House rules. So this is pretty typical. We've been doing this for, I guess, 364 days. So the spiel. You can hear and see us. We can, I guess this is more of an interactive event. So there will be times when we can and see you, but use the chat box. This will be recorded, and we will be jumping into some breakout rooms at 7:30.
And something interesting about the breakout rooms today, if you see there, we have the recruitment, and then we also have discovery. So if there's a certain job you want, and you know what company it is, and you want to talk to the person in charge of recruiting, you can go straight to that room. But if you want to just find out about the company and learn and discover about the company, then you'll also have an option to go into one of those break rooms. So each company will have 2 breakout rooms.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, tonight's program, you can see we have got a huge list of companies that'll be presenting and sharing about the jobs that they have. So we will be zipping through those. And we're going to also have Designing Your Life with Dave Evans, who I believe is on video. Over to you, Dave. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, just a quick minute on what are we going to be doing. So I'm going to run 2 half-hour webinars from 7:30 to 8, and again from 8 to 8:30. What we're going to do in 20 minutes time, we're going to cover like 3, maybe 4 things. You're going to get, a 300-page book in about 10 words. We're going to talk a lot about how to find a job, specifically how not to not find a job. Time permitting, we're actually going to give you an idea for how to double your networking capacity. And then we're going to take questions. So about 20 minutes of talking really fast about a bunch of stuff that might be helpful, specifically focusing on how to get hired, and then whatever's on your mind from a questions point of view. By the way, not every company, we had this idea, Doug and I cooked up this idea of both a recruitment room and a discovery room. You may know the job you're looking for or want to get hired. You may just want to get to know these people. Not every company has enough staff to have 2 rooms. So if you walk into the room of a company that has just 1 room, be really clear when you arrive. I'm here just to explore. I want to meet you guys, or I'm looking for a job. I got a killer resume. Let's close a deal. So when you arrive in the rooms, be sure you're clear on what it is you're after so you can enable the companies to have an intelligent conversation. And if there's some companies you really want to talk to them in that first half hour and come to my seminar at the 8 o'clock hour. Don't miss a company. I'm the optional thing afterward.
Yeah, but it sounds pretty good. I'll be in one of those breakout rooms for sure. Thank you, Dave. All right, moving right along. Matthew, you want to take this slide?
Oh yeah, so we actually have, I think we have Haley. Haley is going to be talking from the Monterey Bay Economic Partnership.
Hi, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you doing?
Okay, I'm great. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. Well, I just wanted to share some resources in addition to, well, I would go to Dave's presentation, but I just wanted to share some free resources for y'all that the Monterey Bay Economic Partnership provides. Monterey Bay Career Connect, which has a ton of resources for college exploration, career readiness, job seeker resources. There's also Monterey Bay Career Coach, which provides a lot of local labor market data information. We have a resume builder on there that's all free and accessible. And we also have live job postings that link out from indeed.com. And then we have a Monterey Bay internship portal. This is a local portal for employers and students to connect on finding local internship opportunities. And if you're an employer and you're interested in learning more about how do I set up an internship, we have an employer toolkit. And if you want to go to the next slide, I'm not sure who's advancing slides. It's just a screenshot that shows you what Monterey Bay internships looks like. And I'll be hanging out in a breakout room to share more information if anyone's interested in learning about Monterey Bay Career Connect, using our career coach tool that has the resume builder and, oh, now I can only see me, and information about how to use our Monterey Bay internships portal. And then on the third slide I have, which hopefully you guys can see at some point, I wanted to share that MBEP, we have our own student ambassador internship program. And we just recently had a huge cohort of students. They did a symposium. There's a link in the presentation slide for you can, if you want to go back at a different time, you can watch their symposium and see the type of work that interns are doing with us around climate change. And we're actually recruiting. So we're looking for about 5 interns, college level students. If you're interested in working with MBEP, you can go to the next slide after this. This is just what the Monterey Bay internships portal looks like. And this is our student ambassadors. So we're actually looking for about 5 interns to work with us on our workforce development initiative and our climate change initiative, and possibly even in our housing initiative. And so Ashley and I will be hanging out in a breakout room. If any of the things I just mentioned are of interest to you, whether you want to find some career resources, online resources, everything is free that I mentioned, or you're a student and you're specifically interested in learning more about our student ambassador program and working with MBEP, I invite you to come hang out with us. And I think hopefully I did that in 3 minutes. I don't know.
I am here to introduce some new skill certificates we're offering that are non-credit. That means they're free to anyone to take at Cabrillo, which is down this road from Santa Cruz, a little bit in Aptos. But these certificates, these courses are short-term. They're just a few hours each, and they're offered online this summer in a self-paced format, as well as in the fall. And there's 2 certificates available: employability skills, so one-on-one support with your resume and career design. And the other course is networking, LinkedIn profile, and interview preparation with our expert in that field, Matt Weiss. And then we have a workplace success skills certificate, which focuses on career transferable skills. So working on how you articulate your teamwork skills, your collaboration skills, your initiative skills in job interviews or on the job to help you get ahead. So these courses are offered, as you see the dates below, my contact information, my email right there, if you want to contact me with any questions that you have. And you can find these under the non-credit tab at the Cabrillo website.
I do Zoom all day long, so this is crazy not having that control. All right, I'll make this quick. Good evening, everyone. My name is Scott Berry. I'm one of the engineers at Joby. Been here about 7 years now. So I've seen a lot of crazy stuff and worn a lot of hats, and it's just been an incredible experience. And so I'm gonna just talk very briefly about what we've been up to. Doug, thanks so much for the opportunities. We've done this a few times now, and so really excited to be back. Let's go to the next slide. So if you guys can play this video for me, it's just 1 minute long. This will give you a taste of what we're up to.
Ground crew TC will be spinning forward flight momentarily. Copy.
Go to the next slide there. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Super, super exciting. So basically, this is what Joby's up to is we are building an aerial air taxi service. So literally envision like when you go and take an Uber or a Lyft, you're somewhere, you pull out your phone, you just say, come get me. It knows where you are. A vehicle shows up, you jump in it with a driver and you go where you need to go and it charges your credit card and you get out. It's just so seamless, right? Most of the time. And so that's literally what we're going to provide and we're going to do with that airplane you just saw there. So Joby is just a radical company, homegrown right here in good old Santa Cruz. Joe Ben, our founder, just the most incredible person.
Hey, team, is it just me or did it be cut off?
Oh, you can't hear me?
There we go. Is everybody else to hear Scott?
Yep, I can hear Scott.
Yeah, we can hear him.
Okay.
So yeah, in summary, we've got this incredible company that is vertically integrated. What that means is we design this crazy technical product. So we literally design the electric motors, the composite structures, we design the flight computers, all the electronics that make things move. We write every single line of code. It's pretty incredible. So we do all that for a lot of good reason. And then we build all that. So we're going to build all that technology in-house under our roof. And then the third crazy thing is we're going to operate it. So we literally are going to be the airline. And our goal is to literally save 1 billion people an hour a day. So one day in the future, we're going to literally have millions of Joby aircraft across the globe trying to achieve this mission of saving 1 billion people an hour a day. So it's a really grand vision. To do all of that, we've got to have amazing people. So it's very difficult to find people that want to work and do all the crazy hard things that we do. So if you know of anyone, please come talk to our recruiters. But in a very short summary, this is what we've been up to. A lot of hard work, been going on for quite some time now. Our big goal is to do this commercial operation, like literally provide this service somewhere in North America. Can't say where yet, but in North America by in 2024. So we've got a few years to go, but we're getting close. Exciting times. Okay, there you go, Doug.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Scott.
You're welcome.
Woot!
Amanda, I feel like that's my first, second, or third job that I want. I want to be a pilot at Joby.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll put that in.
Do it.
You can go visit the room and learn more about that. I think.
First, second, and
will.
third. Don't forget that, Doug. First, second, and third.
All right. Who do we have up next? Oh, LifeAid. I'm super jazzed about this company. It's been so fun to watch them start and grow in Santa Cruz. You've got a lot of cool stuff going on. Who from the team do we have from LifeAid?
It's Andy Halliday here. I'm the
Yay,
COO.
Andy.
I hope you can see me as well because I did my hair.
Yes, we can see you.
There you go. Okay, see, it's all shined up and ready to go. So welcome to LifeAid behind the scenes. So 10 years ago now, those two guys on the left in the lab coats, those guys came up with an idea. One was a chiropractor, the other a certified financial planner, both born and raised in Santa Cruz. And they came up with an idea for a functional beverage line. And this was a really extraordinary thing to attempt because the beverage industry is super capitalized and very difficult to break into. They managed to do that by doing e-commerce with ready-to-drink beverages. And they started out with a really nice formulation that had a number of great supplements for golfers called Golferade. And then they hit gold with FitAid and became the title sponsor of the CrossFit Games most recently, and also for Spartan Races, and started to take off in about 2014 and 2015. Now, the company is approaching about a $60 million run rate. It's available in almost any grocery store or natural food store or Target, Walmart, etc. And you can see there's an expanding line of functional beverages. The original functional beverages that are at the top of the category that we compete in were products like Red Bull and Rockstar, Monster. We are, for a short time, we were the number 10 energy drink competing against and below those really huge players in the market. We've been pushed down to about 12 now, but even while moving down, we are continuing to ramp up our total volume. Let's go to the next slide. I wanted you to see this because this is a great, fun company to work for. And this was an event where all of us, with very few exceptions, competed in a Spartan race. And you know, Fit Aid is given out as a can of cold, refreshing recovery beverage with important restorative nutrient supplements to every person who runs a Spartan race in the United States. And this was a day when we all did it ourselves and we competed in the Spartan race. Let's go to the next slide. I want to just show you some of the look and feel of what it's like to live and work in Santa Cruz for a company that's a better for you beverage company. Part of a legacy of beverage companies that have started in Santa Cruz. So it's not all tech and it's not all sports, although we are sports and fitness related. We have a really great culture. It's a wonderful place to be, and you can see that we are all collaborative community members in our practice. Let's go to the next slide. Let me tell you about some of the positions that you can join us with. So I'm speaking to you in the audience who don't necessarily know how to write code. You're not a product manager writing product specifications. We're not a software development company. We're not an engineering company. But we have a number of very interesting opportunities for people who have, you know, the right mix of talent and aptitude. The biggest job that we have open was, until a couple days ago, our chief financial officer. But we've just hired away the chief financial officer who has experience at both Lagunitas Brewing and also more recently at Plus in the cannabis. We have a position in National Accounts Manager West, which we'd like to find, get somebody local here in the NorCal region if possible, but it can also be done remotely. So if you have somebody you know who has some experience in the beverage industry who might be interested, please let them know, even if they aren't here in Santa Cruz. We have reporting to me a data analyst for the sales team and an analytics manager for the overall financial planning and analysis group that's in our company. Very small, but very, very sharp. We have a gym business related position in sports nutrition for the West, in social media management, in accounting, and then in customer service. Plus we have a number of, I've put a slightly different color on the area sales associate positions that are both here in NorCal and in Seattle. These are positions that, you're in the field. And if you're young and willing to travel and, go to our retail locations and meet with buyers and make sure the merchandising of our products is great on shelf, then you could work right here from Santa Cruz for the NorCal position, or you could relocate on the West Coast, the best coast, up to Seattle, but there's plenty of opportunities all across the country. If any of these things sound interesting to you, then please join me in the breakout room. Thanks so much, Andy. We've gotten some fun stuff in the chat. We have someone who said they're going to buy some Fit Aid the Safeway for their run this weekend to try it out. So you're getting a nice little consumer base here too. So join Andy in his breakout room if you're interested in joining the Life Aid team, and we're going to jump on to our next company. All right, we've got PayStand, another great local company. Who from PayStand do we have? All right. Matthew, what do you think about Life Aid? Do you think there's another job for you there?
You know what? I'm not sure. I love Aaron Orion, but I think I would drink too much. Focus Aid is my favorite one. I always go to, I was at Scotts Valley Market and I always get Focus Aid. That's my favorite drink. It really does work. I feel like when I'm like a little sluggish around like the 2-3 o'clock range, then Focus Aid gets me back in shape. Yeah, we had someone, I think it's the Cookie Monster in the chat, said Focus Aid is the source of 95% of creativity in the Valley. So I am totally with him. Oh, there's we have a double presenter. Welcome.
Yay! I just thought, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Awesome. I just thought, of course, Pippin should join us because Pippin is part of PayStand. Um, so if you come to PayStand, yes, you get an office dog or 5. So being much as cool as Joby with like we are not as hip as Life Aid with super cool drinks. But what we are doing is we're disrupting the financial industry as we know it. And we're going to build a equality in financial world for everyone. So we look at the finances in a different way. We are a SaaS company where the basic way to tell, like when I talk to my parents who are a different generation who don't really get the tech world, I tell them we're PayPal for business to business transactions. It's a really simple way of saying what we do. We're way cooler than that if you like finance. Yes, I have 25 years of being a CFO in my background. I came to PayStand and I became their VP of people. I left finance in the financial services. So that tells you a lot about who PayStand is and the kind of company we're growing. I took on the finance job in the beginning and then switched over to the VP of people due to the amazing company culture that we have. We are a bunch of misfits. I call us the island of the misfit toys for a reason, because we're here to change the world. So if you want to change the world with us and you want to knock on Wall Street's door, and yes, they're paying attention to us. So come join us because we're doing some really cool stuff in the background of everybody's business. I don't know if you can go to my next slide. There we are. We have 3 locations and we love to travel. So you can see that's a lot of our company. Right before COVID hit, we were in our Guadalajara office. I was there actually last week. I love the street tacos. So if you also love street tacos, great reason to join us because we spend a lot of time in Guadalajara. During COVID, we also opened a new office. Yep. We are the crazy company who doubled in size this last year and opened a new location. So we're also right out of Salt Lake City, Utah. So if you like snowboarding, another fun place to go to work. So you can probably hear we work really hard, but we also make sure we're in really amazing places so that we can play really hard too. And if you'll go to my next slide, this one is just a viewing of all of the different jobs we have. So I'm not sure, there it is. So we did a very quick, brief list here to show you guys how many different kinds of jobs that we have open. We do have 50 open positions right now. So yeah, if this is not a job for you and you're thinking, heck, do they have something else? Go to our careers page, check it out. It's constantly being updated and changing. In fact, while Joby was presenting, I was actually creating 2 more job recs to release this week. So honestly, we are hiring like mad. We love that we're in Santa Cruz County. We both, Jeremy, our CEO, and myself are total Santa Cruz brats. The reason we are building this here in Santa Cruz is to hire people in Santa Cruz and give you guys jobs. I've lived here for a long, long time and had to travel over the hill. Man, that's a broken record. Let's just be done with that and get you guys jobs on this side of the hill that are meaningful, powerful, and awesome. So please join me in my breakout room.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I mean, you had me at like 1 to 5 office dogs. So yeah, I'll be in your breakout room.
We also do a lot of fun events, and yeah, I mean, you can check us out. We do yoga at the beach on occasion. We do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, that sounds amazing. All right, well, definitely head over to the breakout room if you're interested in getting more information about PayStand. Who's our next presenter? All right, we've got Santa Cruz Bikes. Man, these are so many amazing companies. And Lauren just raised her hand. I think we're gonna get her situated.
Yes, you guys can hear me, but I don't know if you
Yes.
can see me.
Can you turn on your video? Do you have that permission?
Oh, I do.
There we go.
Now, there we go. Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Dockendorf, and I'm the recruiting supervisor here at Santa Cruz Bikes. I joined Santa Cruz about 4.5 years ago, which is crazy. Time flies. And I was actually just thinking about my final interview with Joe, who's our CEO. And he came into the conference room in like old jeans and Vans and like probably this t-shirt on, like just like a random t-shirt. And I was like, I am in the right place. I'm here to stay. So yeah, Santa Cruz Bike started in 1993 by Rob Roskop, who used to skate for Santa Cruz Skateboards. And now he's our chairman of the board. It started in Seabright Cannery. We had like a tiny little office there. And since then, we've just been growing like crazy. So another company that's been growing a lot over the years, especially right now when everybody is riding bikes, which just makes my heart soar. And, you know, we now have 6 offices globally. So we have an office in Germany, we have 2 offices in France. We also have a Salt Lake City office. So that's definitely a popular place to have second offices now. And of course, most of our people are here at our headquarters in Santa Cruz. And so we, when I joined, I did like a lot. You can go to the next slide, actually. That'd be great. So yeah, when I joined, I did a bunch of research on the company. I was being very picky with the company that I wanted to go to. And I found out a lot about how they treat their employees. It's 100% paid dental, medical, and vision insurance. We have a lot of very adventurous mountain bikers, so we have a really good insurance. And we also have 401k matching. We have really fun employee events that are now starting back up, which is extremely exciting. And you know, you get to work with a lot of passionate people, and it's a really relaxed work environment. So we don't take ourselves too seriously. You know, our mission has fun in it, so we definitely have a lot of fun at the office. So yeah, you can go to the next slide. So yeah, these are our job openings right now. We have our full production team here in Santa Cruz. Some people think it's crazy that we have a full bike assembly team in a very expensive area, but you know, the name's on our bike, we're not going anywhere. And it's really great to have a lot of people join our company kind of at that entry level role and move up in the company. There's a lot of people who've been here for over 10 years, a few who've been here for over 20, including our CEO, Joe. And a lot of people start in bike assembly or wheel assembly, building bikes. Zach is our recruiter who's here too. We actually started out our job, a lot of people do, they start out on the production line. So you get a few days, or for Zach, I think I made him do a few weeks in the assembly line. And so you get to build bikes and see really where it all started. So that's a super fun role. And then we're having someone join our HR team. So we have an HR generalist opening. And then we have a finance role, so credit and collections, you know, getting money from people, collecting all that money. It's super fun to do. And then we have a project manager role in our Salt Lake City office. So Salt Lake City is actually our digital marketing team. And so we have about almost 20 people there now. But most of us, like I said, are here in Santa Cruz. And there's a bunch of roles open in Germany. If you speak German and want to move to Germany, there's a lot of roles there as well. But yeah, check out our career site and join me and Zach in our breakout rooms. We'd love to chat with you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lauren. We're going to pull the next company up, Zero Motorcycles. And while we're getting our next speaker up, I will say there's a lot of questions about getting into the chat or to the breakout rooms. Those will open up as soon as we're done with the presentation. So we are running just a couple minutes late. You haven't missed the opportunity to join the breakout rooms. They're coming. Okay, Zero Motorcycles. Who do we have?
Brian, if you can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you, Brian. You're up.
Okay, great. I'm gonna share this with Allison Armstrong, so we'll do a handoff midway through here. I'm Brian Wisman. I'm the Vice President of Product Development at Zero Motorcycles. Let me hit our mission really quick. Zero Motorcycles, we're the global leader in electric motorcycles and powertrains, designed and crafted by hand in California, also fully assembled there in Scotts Valley. Zero Motorcycles combines Silicon Valley technology with traditional motorcycle soul to elevate the motorcycling experience for intelligent, innovative riders around the world. I won't, in the interest of time, I won't read through our strategic pillars, but I'll just tell you that we're a team of enthusiasts. We love the work that we do. We play hard, we work hard, and we strive to find a healthy work-life balance. This is an extremely capable engineering team of about 80 and a company of about 250. We've got exciting growth in all departments, operations, engineering, marketing, and we have a lot of people that of course love power sports, love motorcycles, but it's not a prerequisite. So you don't have to be a motorcycle enthusiast to join our company. We've leveraged our technology into a full product line, developed completely in-house, that spans off-road, dual sport, street, commuting, and sport-focused electric motorcycles. Our business includes adapting these products for fleet use, and our motorcycles are in service with over 100 police forces worldwide. A lot of people don't realize how successful we've been in the fleet business. We just announced a 10-year business relationship, strategic partnership with Polaris Industries that'll see our technology and powertrain products integrated into side-by-sides, UTVs, ATVs, snowmobiles, and more diverse products over the next decade. So if you felt like you missed that first wave of electrification with Tesla and the EV car movement, it's the perfect time to participate in electrification rolling into power sports. So with that, let me turn it over to Allison to talk about some of the positions we have open and our benefits.
Thanks, Brian. I'm Allison Armstrong. I'm the VP of Operations here. And I've been with the company for only about a year, just over a year. It's just been fantastic. I love these photos because they show our factory, and we have a lot of positions open right now in our factory and our warehouse, but we also have a lot of engineering positions, which we'll go through. We do have, stock options, full benefits, life insurance and disability. We do a lot of fun events as well. We like the resource groups of, like last week, a bunch of the engineers did a ride out to Hollister. There's just a lot of really fun stuff that we do to try and create a fun culture beyond working hard and developing some amazing vehicles. Next slide. So these are the positions we have open right now. We continue to grow, but we obviously have quite a few in design engineering. We also have production engineering, which reports into me, operations as well, and a number of positions right from the bottom. If you want to start just coming in and building motorcycles, we'd love to have you, or work in our warehouse operations. There's plenty of positions there. We're hiring about 25 people in that space right now. We also have evening shift. So if you're looking for something that is a little more flexible for something else that you're doing, then that is an option as well. And then of course we have positions in customer service and marketing. So we have quite a few areas that we're supporting right now. The link is at the bottom where you can apply directly to our website. And of course we'll be in the breakout room for any questions that people have. Next slide. So we have a fun video that we wanted to share with you as well. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. We are just continuing to move along. Oh gosh, Claret Bioscience. I may be butchering that. But man, we've got so many active companies. I mean, if you like to bike, if you like to ride motorcycles, I mean, this is the place for you. Who do we have up? Oh, and there we are. Welcome.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Varsha Rao. I'm the Director of Clinical R&D at Claret Bioscience. At Claret, we believe that degraded DNA has a story to tell. So this degraded DNA could come from a tube of blood, and it could say if you have cancer or not, if you are responding well to chemotherapy, or it could come from a piece of hair, which we found at a crime scene and help us find the culprit. It could also come from stored tissue samples which have undergone degradation. Regardless of the sample type, we believe in delivering the complete DNA story from beginning to end. And All right, so continuing with the Claret story, our main aim is to basically capture the information contained in DNA and to develop next generation sequencing approaches for biomedical discovery and diagnosis. Next slide, please. The way we do this is with our core technology called as seriously and exactly. We love these quirky terms, of course. And these are techniques which allows us to capture information from DNA. And we have a sophisticated suite of bioinformatic approaches, which then pieces together these the information contained in these DNA fragments to understand more about where they came from and find more information about the sample type. And it is then applied to a variety of sample types and fields of application. Next slide, please. We are backed by a very strong leadership team, which has very strong connections to UCSC. A lot of us have pedigrees of UCSC. Our CEO of our company was a postdoctoral fellow at the lab of Professor Richard Green, where she developed our initial technology and started off the company. But at the core of our company is our team. The next slide. Obviously, with changing times and Zoom and working from home, we've adapted to that. And I promise you the smiles are genuine. We love working with each other. And also we have a lab space where we do a lot of our production and R&D work down at Santa Cruz. The team is of course growing. We have hired 2 new members into our R&D and admin groups, and we are growing further. Next slide. So we have these openings currently. So we're looking for a research associate for NGS technician work. And then we also are looking for a computational biologist. And you can find out more information about the job opportunities on our website, claretbio.com/careers. And you can also find out more about our company there and join me in our breakout room. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for navigating the little technical difficulties we had. And yes, please join them in the breakout room if you're looking for more information. All right, we're coming down to our final few presenters. Who do we have next?
Hi, I'm Charlie Vasky, and I'm the head of bioinformatics for both Claret Bio and also a second company called Astrea Forensics, which is a sister company to Claret Bio. And to walk you through what we do at Astrea Forensics, I want to go through one of the first cases where we were involved. And it starts at a home in San Francisco. Can you go to the next slide, please? And in that home, they started to do renovations. Next slide, please. And during renovations, underneath the garage slab, they found a metal casket with some glass on top. And next slide, please. And surprisingly, there was what looked to be a corpse inside of a 2 to 3 year old girl. And this was, of course, a bit of a challenge for everybody involved. The coroner for the city came out and said it was a legal, proper burial because this used to be a cemetery, and it was up to the homeowner to decide what to do at that point. And fortunately, some people stepped in from a project called the Garden of Innocence. Next slide, please. And what they were able to do is give Miranda Eve, as they named the individual, the unknown individual, a proper burial in Colma. And then they did lots of research to find out who might still be alive that's related to Miranda Eve. And they found one person, Peter Cook, pictured here at the bottom. And the only thing they had left to maybe connect Miranda Eve to Peter Cook were some strands of hair that they took before the burial. And I'm not sure if you watch many crime scene TV shows, but one thing you might have learned from those is that you can't get DNA out of rootless hair, and that's all we had. But it turns out that that's not entirely correct. You can get DNA out of rootless hair. It's just too small and too degraded for any of the standard techniques. Next slide, please. But at Astrea Forensics, we can get that DNA out, and we can come up with the full genotype of a person just from their rootless hair. And so we had Peter Cook spit in a tube for a standard direct-to-consumer DNA test that costs $100 a pop. And then we did our advanced DNA extraction and informatic assembly of the genotype for Miranda Eve. And it turned out that indeed they were related to each other. And so they were able to, Peter Cook was able to go and visit Miranda Eve's new grave. Next slide, please. And turns out this is useful for all sorts of cold cases. Hair is one of the most frequent forms of DNA of evidence, and it is often the only part that is still sequenceable or usable many years after a body is found. And we do this with both hair and bone. And we are a small, tight-knit team at Astrea. We're solving new problems that have never been encountered in forensics. And we are also redefining what's possible with forensic DNA. Beyond doing the sequencing with hair and bone, we are moving on to new areas and really pushing the boundaries of what is possible with DNA. Next slide, please. And we're hiring. We're looking for people that will eventually be working in bioinformatics, population genetics, next generation sequencing, but you don't need to know all that to work with us. You might be still a great fit if you know some Bayesian stats and can work with Python and R and maybe a little bit of C. Astrea Forensics has full benefits and for our 401k match and all those great things. And I really hope I can talk to you later. Thanks.
Wow, that's absolutely fascinating. Yes, that sounds like a very interesting breakout room to be in. So please join Charlie in there if you'd like to learn more. All right, we're moving on to our next presenter, Digital Dynamics.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, great. My name is Nir Mary. I'm the CEO of Digital Dynamics. As you can see, we're a Scotts Valley-based company, and our focus is really technology to enable the information age. And we're seeking quite a few individuals, and we'll go to the next slide. And a little bit of explanation what we do. We actually make these intelligent controls that are used in the machines that make semiconductor, solar, and even display the screen in your iPhone or your TV. Our equipment really enables the electronic revolution. And it's really exciting because we're basically the IoT of manufacturing, of the most advanced manufacturing in the world, which is semiconductor fabs. Go to the next slide. Not time, another click. So you can see here, top is the iPhone, which in it are chips that actually, as you can see, controlled by our controllers, and the machines that actually make the semiconductor on the bottom of the screen on the right. Go to the next screen. This shows you a little bit the growth of the semiconductor, which we're very excited about. You might have heard everyone been talking about the shortage of semiconductor, and this year is going to be about $450 billion worth of semiconductor being shipped. If you can click a couple of times on a couple more times. Okay, you can see that the growth of semiconductor was all driven by PC, then by social media and in mobile devices like the iPhone. And more recently, it's all about IoT and smart cars and the AI that's driving the demand for semiconductor. And DDI is really enabling all these technology in our controls. Go to the next slide. So we really hope you can join us. It's a great place to work, great working environment in Scotts Valley. We have very competitive compensation packages with all the amenities, and we're 100% employee owned, which is make us quite unique. We're what they call an ESOP, where employees immediately start sharing ownership in the company, and this means that you really directly benefit from the hard work you put in the company. So we hope you reach out to us to room. If you go to the next slide, we have multiple openings, FPGA engineers, embedded software engineers, application engineers, and software quality engineers, and lastly, accounting specialists. So we hope to see you in chat room.
So my bird is being a little bit loud. I apologize. Quiet, Nanu. So we're Parallel Flight Technologies, and we're building heavy lift unmanned systems for a host of applications. And you can go to the next slide. The problem with all electric drones is that if you're doing a heavy lift application, they can only fly for about 12 minutes. And to overcome that limitation, we've developed a new hybrid technology. And this was originally developed for firefighting applications. And we're working very closely with firefighting. So it's really kind of has its genesis in the Santa Cruz area. You can go to the next slide. Our system lifts 100 pounds of payload for 2.5 hours. And then if you're flying with less payload for a lot longer. So long duration, heavy lift, it's a scalable technology. So right now our system lifts 100 pounds, but in the future it will lift more. We're developing systems up to even 500 pounds, and these are unmanned systems. So it's not a manned aircraft. Okay, you can go to the next slide. You can see the competitive advantage versus other systems in terms of flight time with a heavy payload. You can go to the next slide. One of the big applications that we are designing for is controlled ignition or controlled aerial ignition. So with controlled burns, you're actually putting fire on the ground, but this is a land management tool, and this is expanding rapidly in California as a way to mitigate wildfire. So we're really excited about our partnerships with DOI and Forest Service and CAL FIRE to get this application underway. Go to the next slide. This is just a snapshot of our team. There's actually about 15 of us at this point, and that's our aircraft in the front. And Doug, did you see the link that I sent for the video presentation?
If it's not in the slide deck, I did not see it.
Oh, okay, we'll just leave off of it then.
Okay.
So we're hiring mechanical engineers and electrical engineers. And another super exciting ongoing thing with PFT is our funding round. And I will drop that link in. And this is for something really unique about our company, which is that anybody in the community can invest. So I'll drop that in the link if you want to check it out. If you're a mechanical engineer or an electrical engineer, please join me in the breakout room, and I'd love to hear from you.
Thanks, Amanda. Good evening, everyone. I'm Uli with Amazon. I'm excited about this Get Hired event, even though it's still virtual. If you've attended before, you may know that Amazon has been here in Santa Cruz for more than 5 years now. I've been around for about 4.5. We're really happy to be part of the local tech scene and engage with Santa Cruz Works at events like this. A lot of locals work for our diverse teams in Alexa and also on the retail side of the business. Alexa teams located here include mobile and skills and Alexa for everyone. We're also making a marketplace seller app here and really great last mile delivery technology as well. Next slide, please. This is where we're located on the 3rd and the 4th floor in the Cooper House downtown. Next slide, please. I'm a software development manager with Alexa Mobile, and I'd like to come work with us on a top 3 app on the store. So I'm cheating a little bit here. I took the screenshot on Christmas Day, our biggest day of the year. That's when everyone's unboxing their new gadgets. Today we're a little lower, but our mission is really to bring Alexa to billions of customers and to stay pinned at the top of that list. With a mobile endpoint for Alexa, anywhere and for everyone, you can talk and type with Alexa in the app. The voice control especially is huge for people with physical or vision challenges. You can control your smart home devices, you can have Alexa guard your home when you're away, and you can check in with your loved ones through features like Care Hub. My teams are looking for great software engineers. Other teams have different roles open, technical program managers, for example, and we offer internships as well. Next slide, please. So being familiar with the technologies listed on the right, that helps you get up to speed faster, but it's not strictly necessary. We really love to learn and be curious. And there's various disciplines as well, like we do performance engineering, for example. Other teams are doing more back-end work or full stack oriented work. We have lots of growth opportunities in Santa Cruz. So I want to keep this short and sweet. Really looking forward to meeting in the breakout room. Thanks a lot, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.